Hi, and welcome to the video series where we did a restoration and modification of a 1995 Volvo 850 Turbo. The people that own this vehicle has owned it since new, and they had a failing transmission, and instead of taking the car to the salvage yard, they decided to convert it to manual and do a full mechanical restoration on it. So thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the series, and let's get started. Back at it, about 15-20 minutes. We got half of the headliner material on, getting ready to roll this side over. This stuff could be scraped off with our fingers, but we didn't want to add another 2 hours to the job trying to scrape all that extra glue or sealant or whatever that is off of this headliner. So just give it a minute or two to settle down and get tacky. And now we're ready to roll it over. It should be barely tacky to your finger. Yeah, it's tacky. But it's not sticking to my finger, so it's not wet. I'm going to go ahead and roll this on the rest of the way. And then trim it out and get it back in the car. And there it is, folks. Man, that headliner looks good. Only a couple flaws which may clean themselves out. One, somebody was gluing things to the old liner trying to get it to stay up, so you can see some of that other glue impressions. It's really hard to get that stuff off. And two, we got a little bit of a stretch mark wrinkle right there, but I actually think that'll play out. Other than that, man, I couldn't have better help, huh, honey? All right. We are ready to put this back in the car. Without any further ado, let's open up this trunk and slide it back in there. Open the trunk and realize the trunk drains are totally clogged. Ay, ay, ay. Gotta keep these things cleaned out. Other than that, water can build up on your seal and get in your trunk. Then you have a wet trunk. We are cooking with grease. We got these wires spliced back in for the sun visor lights. We got the dome light in. We got this molding in without breaking it. That's a first, I think, for me. Those things are just so delicate. Now we're going to pull the dash pad so that we can do the odometer gear and the correction on that. And magnets missing from the speakers, which is very common. They fall off, fall down in the dash somewhere. You find them sometime later, but you can't get that cluster out without taking this stuff out. So we're going to take this out and replace that thing. Glove box door is missing one of the support arms. I'll look, see if I find that back there. It didn't fall out when I had the lower dash panel out, but we'll see if we can find it. And these things here are designed to hold the floor mats in place. You screw these into the carpet, and they got two of them in here. Anyway, let me get this glove box out. I have everything loose to take this dash pad off, and this piece going across the dash is in really good shape. I only see one crack there. Let's see how it looks when I put it back in. Oh, I didn't notice the dash had a split in it there. And it is buckled here too. It's lifting up. But at any rate, you don't try to sneak that cluster out of here. You'll destroy it. So we're trying not to destroy the dash pad. And it was hard breaking that loose over here. But when I did, that thing popped up almost straight up. I'm surprised it didn't shatter that whole piece. But looks like we're good to go. It came forward enough. So let me go ahead and take this cluster out to fix this odometer gear. All right, I got the odometer gear out, odometer package rather, and great, check the gear. I'm amazed at how dirty my hands get with the simplest task. All I did was pull the dash out, and my hands are filthy. Anyway, there's a video for this. I'm going to take these two screws out, see what gears are busted, replace the gears. I suspect it's only going to be the small gear should probably replace both because of the age. And then I'm correct the mileage on this package here. That thing's been seized on there so long it was hard to get off. And it was hard pulling it off of there. Kind of weird. So there it is. That gear looks okay. That don't mean it is okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace the small one. Got the interior totally back together. Look at that. Beautiful work of art. That 850 interior is nice. Now, I'm gonna mess with these wires out here to see if I reverse polarity the speed sensor wires and get them to work. Had a little bit of slack. I could pull them up here, so I did. Now I'm going to strip a little bit of the wire off, tie them together, tape them separate, take it for a little test drive. And if that works, I'm going to solder them together like that. I reversed the polarity on those wires, hooked up the battery. We're going to go for a little test drive and see if we got a speedometer. And the speedo works fine. However, the odometer is not working.
Yeah, it's not working. It was updated in terms of all the...
Yeah. I really don't know what's going on with these odometer gears that we're getting. However, usually the ones that I get from Swedish carports work right straight out of the box. These that I get from other places don't seem to work for a couple of 100 miles, and then all of a sudden they start working and counting your mileage. So if you got one that's not working immediately, I would just let it ride a couple 100 miles and see if it starts working before you dig back into tearing all that dash and things apart. Or you can leave the dash pad off, just plug in the airbag and drive it around and see if it works and take it back apart and fiddle with it then. But again, it usually works after you've driven a couple 100 miles, and this one did. So hope that helps. There you have it. As with all good things, this has come to an end. We're complete with the project. There's still a few tidbits here and there that we'll have to come back and replace or change to get this vehicle as close to new condition as possible. But we did a lot, got a lot of things accomplished. The manual conversion went great. Everything is in good order. The family's thrilled to have this car in the state that they can enjoy it for several more years. Now, one thing I do for people like this that invest a lot in their car in these Resto-mods is I provide them with some kind of receipt or certificate that documents the things that were done to the car. In case something happens and they take some kind of loss with the vehicle, they can recuperate as much of that as possible from the insurance company. So I appreciate you all watching the series. Hope you have a great day. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining, so go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for @RobertDIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the more link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. come in after a long day's work, and man, they didn't do nothing in this hotel room. Didn't take out the trash, didn't give us any fresh towels or washcloths, didn't clean it at all. It's a mess. Didn't throw the bed over. Just like we left it. It'd have been nice if they'd have tidied up a little bit, but they didn't.